What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me hear back from you real quick here as I'm trying to log into to this thing right here. You guys should be able to hear me. How you doing tonight? Hope you guys are doing well. We will be getting this show started momentarily. Let me make sure that you guys are with me here. Everybody's cool. Everybody. All right. Well, I can hear myself. That's a good thing. All right, folks. Got some really cool stuff to talk about tonight. You guys doing good? Loud and clear? All right. Let's get the show started. Sweet. Hey, Paul, if you're on the line here, man, I'm not sure if you are, but if you are, hit me up real quick because I'm trying to log in through my iPad and it's not letting me in. So I need to reset my password or something like that. Okay. All right. Aloha. What's up? What's up? What's up? Cool. Well, folks, we are going to get started. I've got some stuff I wanted to talk about, and some things that will, hopefully take your business, take whatever you're doing to the next level. That's kind of the idea, behind what we're doing here is to get together, and just instead of just wasting our time here together, let's focus on something that can really, really help you take your business to the next level. Right? You guys up for that? I am. So couple quick reminders before we get started. Hold on one sec. All righty. I'm going to share with you guys my screen here in a moment and show you some stuff. All right. You guys should be able to see my desktop right about now. Cool. So here is the deal. If you guys did not see, I'll just kind of briefly give you kind of we've got some announcements. I want to share with you guys some really, really cool stuff that we're doing, that we're working on. Some things that's available to you right now. Something that is in the pipeline coming up, and then we are going to talk about you tonight, because I really want to focus on you and really want to help you, get whatever you're doing to the next level. Okay, so you guys seen the Elite Monthly, right? We've added another episode. If you haven't checked this out yet, you want to check this out. This is something that we are doing in the company right now, and we are setting this up for High Traffic Academy as we're getting into getting ready to go into a launch. And by the way, if you guys are, anybody is on here, if you guys are a certified partner, by the way, I'm just going to take this opportunity to tell you this, and there's probably quite a few of you. We are getting together tomorrow. Watch for the email update. This is just a side note real quick. We are getting together tomorrow with certified partners, and we've got some cool things to talk about. All right. So just keep that in mind. But as we're leading, up to the grand opening for High Traffic Academy, and also, guess what? I'm also an affiliate, right? Myself. So, I'll be, we have some really, 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 really exciting stuff coming up for HTA, especially you guys. Actually, as a matter of fact, exclusively for Elite members. That I'm also going to be involved with promoting in the trenches with you. Okay, and the ideas behind the this Elite Monthly category or section, right, these episodes, is I'm literally sharing with you guys what I'm doing in my business, what we're doing for the company, the kind of direction that we're focusing for traffic generation this particular month, and we are bringing those ideas and being totally transparent with you in these episodes. So if you haven't checked this out, check this out. Video PPC is hot right now, and we are focusing a lot on that, and it's incredible opportunity. We're getting seeing leads, okay, leads for as low as 20 to 30 cents leads. We're seeing clicks for as low as 7 cents clicks, and they're super duper targeted. Really powerful stuff. Okay, so that's that thing. Okay, now I wanted to, let's see where. So check that out. Okay, here's what I want to talk to you guys about. Okay, if you can, let me see. I will go back to where I'm seeing you here. Okay, sweet. So if you guys can tell me real quick, I know there's like 20-second delay, and if you're watching this recorded, then I'm just kind of tell you what's going on here in the chat room, since the chat is not, we can't really attach the chat to the recording yet, right? So hopefully one day the technology is going to allow us to do that. But if you guys can tell me, see, I want to really focus as we move forward, and we're going to be putting together an actual schedule, so what's going on, which day on these live trainings. Moving forward, I want to focus on you guys. Okay, I don't want to focus on something that I think you need, something that that I think would be good for you. I'm going to be being totally transparent with you with what I'm doing in the business. That's going to be in the Elite Monthly. Okay, so check that area out. We are getting ready to test a bunch of new traffic generation methods and ideas and specific vendors and places as well. Those are coming up for you in the labs area, right? So Elite Labs or Traffic Lab area. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be coming out. I will also be doing something really, really awesome personally that I will let you guys in on, and I think you will really love it. But I want to talk about you, okay? So if you guys can tell me in the comments below, what is your single biggest challenge that you would love to, like, if you could solve that thing, like a lot of things would be, would be a lot better for you, right? So what is there a single thing that you're trying to overcome? Is that maybe getting your first, commissions going? Is that getting you, enough money to pay for the Elite, to cover the Elite? I want you guys to be totally comfortable being Elite members. That's my #1 priority. And I've got some ideas. We're going to talk about that, by the way. But I want to hear from you. So if you can tell me, if there is one thing that we could help you as an Elite member, if we can help you with one thing that would be like, oh my goodness, that's like 80% of my problems, just disappeared. If I could just solve this one thing, what would that one thing be? Okay. Just tell me that, and so that moving forward, we know what to tackle, right? I don't want to talk about stuff that's really irrelevant for you. I really want to talk, about stuff that's that you need help with. Okay, so conversions, I see traffic, I see conversions. Okay, cheap traffic and conversions, traffic conversions, making money. Okay, making money. Anybody else is interested in making money? Traffic conversions. So I assume that you guys are promoting something right now, right? You guys are promoting something right now? Conversions, okay, cool. All right. So making money, conversions, and traffic. Okay, those are the 3 things. Okay. Cool. So let me give you another question. Okay, a powerful funnel, conversions. So conversions is the biggest thing. Okay. So now let me ask you this: conversions to what? Right? What are you promoting that you need conversions for? What are you promoting? Just give me what are you trying to convert? Okay, be a little bit more specific. The quality of answers you will get is going to depend on the quality of question, right, that you ask. So be a little bit more specific. Conversions and fee. Okay, good funnels. Again, I want to know good funnels for what, right? Promoting yourself. Okay. Traffic leads, buyers, branding, converting my list. Okay, so what are you trying to convert? Are you trying to sell a particular product? What are you trying to convert? What are you trying to convert? At the end of the day, I think if you can get more of this, right? At the end of the day, then maybe conversions is not going to be like the so HTA. You're promoting Doobly, Mob, okay. Well, HTA 2.0 is not officially out yet, so you can't really promote that just yet. ClickBank type stuff, okay. You're promoting iPass, ClickBank stuff, okay. Okay, so cool. That gives me a good idea. Okay, perfect. Here's what I want to talk to you guys and kind of give you an idea. So starting tomorrow, right, we're going to talk about conversions. This training series is designed to really talk about, I want to spend a lot of time talking about how do you engineer a, highly converting funnel, right, successful campaign. How do you, if you're promoting iPass or Empower, Doobly or whatever else you're promoting out there, is engineering your campaigns to be successful. And there is a way to do that. You can actually, anybody can do that. If you have the right tools, if you have the right knowledge and and the strategy. So we're going to talk a lot about that starting today, right? Starting in this video, I want to walk you guys through. One of the things that I will do is I thought this personal challenge for me is, the other day I just thought about this. We've got some really, really awesome ideas coming up for high traffic, elite, okay? And so I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to challenge myself, and at the same time bring just massive, just ridiculous value to our elite members, right? And to where the challenge for me personally is, that's it right here, okay? What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to start a personal mission, personal challenge, okay? And it's not going to happen like immediately right away, the very next day or whatever. But this is going to be the ultimate focus, right here. Is I've never actually done it before, but it's a good thing because I like to stretch, I like to challenge, I like to strategize, I like to put together ideas, and I like to whatever thinking got you to where you are today is not going to be the same thinking that's going to get you to where you really want to go. Does that make sense? So if we want to go, I've generated thousands of leads a day myself personally. I'm not talking about like leveraging anybody. I'm not even talking about RTM stuff that you guys will have access to later. I'm talking about like sheer personal focus and personal being out there in the trenches, driving traffic, converting that traffic into leads. And my mission is to get 15,000 leads per day, each and every day. Okay. And so what I thought would be cool is if I kind of documented the entire journey, as I'm striving to get this for myself. Now it's, we're going to have to scale up to that and roll up and probably, run into some challenges along the way. And it's going to be fun, a fun journey, but it's going to be a journey. Right. And so what I was thinking about doing is documenting the entire thing and then letting you guys in on like a weekly report, right? Type training. So like, for example, what would I need? Right? What would I need to hit this? What am I going to promote? How am I going to position the whole thing? Right? How am I going to generate? Like, what's my backtracking? Back from the future kind of strategy. How many visitors I would need? How I estimate my conversions, all that stuff, and just literally document the entire process. Right? How many of you guys think that would be useful for you? Right? And of course, testing a bunch of traffic and in the meantime. And reporting, like in a weekly summary, okay? So, and I'm actually gonna start doing this starting tomorrow, okay? So starting tomorrow, you guys will have a section in the elite members area. You will see, we'll call it something like, Mission 15K or something like that, right? We'll come up with some creative name. But I'm going to start on that tomorrow. So I'm shoot a video. So overall strategy, overall what I'm thinking, right? And I'm just gonna literally talk to the camera and just like a diary, right? Summary of what I'm doing, okay? And as I'm moving forward, I think it's gonna be really cool for you guys to be on that. Sweet. So next thing, okay? Let me ask you guys this, and if you have Facebook, if you have whatever else you have opened out there, right? Let me ask you this: how many of you guys truly, like, if you could solve that money-making thing, right? If you could get enough money coming in so that you're comfortable, right? You realistically see like there is absolutely no possible. I mean, somebody would have to be insane not to be an elite member, right? Sometimes it comes down to, especially if somebody new, sometimes it comes down to being able to afford it, right? And some people ask me, they say, Vic, why not be $37 or $97 for elite or whatever the case is, right? And I said, some people fly coach, some people fly first class, and some people buy Bentleys, some people buy Honda Civics, and some people buy Mini Coopers and whatever else, right? So we don't want to play the game. We don't want, I want you guys to literally be the Rolls Royce out there in the industry when it comes to marketers, right? And you will be that You will be at that level, no doubt. Like I can look you in the eye right now, and I can talk to you, and I can tell you that if you follow what we're going to be, what we're, you already seen starting, what we're starting to do already. But what you see right now is not even scratching the tip of the iceberg. Okay, what we are thinking and going to be implementing here in the very, very, very near future, coming to HD Elite, I can honestly look you in the eye, and I can tell you that if you follow what you're going to be shown and kind of led through the process, right? There is no possible way in the world, in my opinion, for you not to become a superstar of the industry. I'm not just talking about like, making an extra $3,000 a month. Guys, how many of you guys followed me from Big Idea Mastermind, right? Empower Network, right? I was #1 income earner in Empower Network. I can tell you this, some of the things that we have coming to Elite, I'll just plant the seed. This is what I'm doing right now. I'm just going to be totally transparent with you, right? I'm planting the seed for you for the future, so you have it in the back of your mind as you're going through the trainings, as you're going through the process. You're going to be pre-framed, right? So that it's constantly going to be in the back of your mind. I don't know what your goal is. I don't know what you're looking to accomplish, but I can tell you this realistically, right? I can tell you this. I believe every one of you, I believe you right here, you looking at me right now, I believe you will be able to make as much money as I made with Empower Network per month. That was like $300,000, $400,000 a month. I have no doubt in my mind that you looking at me right now through this camera, right, on this screen on your computer, you will have that same opportunity. Even though I'm not going to guarantee it, but you will have, realistically, you will have that same opportunity. Mind-blowing stuff. I'm not talking about joining another company. I'm not talking about you have to join some other opportunity. We're not doing that, right? I'm telling you, my thing is this, right? Is getting our Elite members to blow everything out of the water. Like all those marketers, all those pro marketers, everybody who's doing like, really big stuff out there in the industry, let's blow them out of the water. That's kind of the level of thinking, that we got going on behind here, right? Behind the curtain. So again, this is just a quick seed for you guys, okay? So let's talk about right now, as we move forward, right? In the meantime, okay, let's talk about what's the step, what's the first step? So if you're promoting right now, whatever you're promoting, right? It's iPass, it's Doobly, it's, Empower Network, it's, HTA is going to be coming out for you guys, certified partners, right? All that stuff is awesome. So how do you, where does the rubber hit the road? In the last, live training that you guys can access on this page below this, we talked a lot about mindset stuff, right? And that stuff is important. So now what I'd like to do is start talking about how do you actually engineer a successful campaign? What's step number 1, right? Step number 1 is whatever you're promoting, okay? Whatever you're promoting, there is 3 things, okay? The formula is basic, okay? The formula is basic. You need a product or company or opportunity, whatever you're promoting, right? Opportunity, you need something that you're promoting. Step number 2 is you need tools, okay? Step number 3 is you need the right media, aka traffic, okay? Now, all of this stuff is wrapped around in something called strategy, okay? That is basically the formula for crushing anything out there, okay? I don't care if it's, iPass or whatever, right? So if I was to get behind, let's say, iPass, and I started to promote iPass or Doobly or whatever, whatever else I'm going to be promoting, this is the blueprint. This is the outline, right? So the opportunity or the company would be, you inserted whatever you have going on, iPass, Empower, whatever. I would need some tools, and I would need the right media traffic. So traffic, you guys are learning a lot about traffic, right? And you will, just pay attention to, here's the thing when it comes to traffic. So when it comes to traffic, when I was promoting, right? When I was promoting, when I got started in this industry, it was 2000 and 2005, right? Somewhere in that neighborhood, 2000, end of 2004, 2005, somewhere in that. So I was promoting a company, right? An opportunity. Let's see, how far can you see? You can see up to here. Okay, let me draw a line so that I don't go past that. Right? I was promoting a company, right, that had a landing page and it had a sales page. Okay, and that's it. That went to the company. Okay, this was the company. Okay, and I was an affiliate. I had my affiliate link over here, promoting that. When when somebody opted in, it went, to the company. I did not get a chance to build my list, right? That was 0. And then whoever converted, right? But I was driving massive traffic to this landing page, and was really struggling. Okay, so when you look at whatever is going on in the industry right now, you first of all, you take a look at this, at the big strategy. You take a look at what everybody is doing. Like when you look at iPass or Doobly or anything else that's out there, right? What is everybody doing, right? What type of pages are they promoting? What are people saying, right? And general rule of thumb is this: you take a look at what everybody's doing, or majority of affiliates are doing, and if you typically do the opposite, you will win. Okay, that's the short, the shortcut, so to speak, right? Now there needs to be a strategy behind the shortcut. So I learned this the hard way, because I was driving traffic from source A and source B and source C, right, buying solo ads and things like that, and then all of a sudden, a solo ad provider would say, you know what, I can't really sell you this traffic anymore because I've ran this landing page like 50 times already, for other marketers for the same opportunity. I don't want to bombard my list. I don't want to, because anybody that you buy traffic from, right, especially if you're into solo ad and and traffic resellers, all that stuff, unless you go to like big media buys, right, and unless you go into and scale your stuff up and you go like mainstream, which we will talk about later. You really are, if there is a lot of people, let's say, 30,000 affiliates, 20,000 affiliates, right, and everybody's trying to buy the same traffic, you're competing with one another, right? And traffic resellers that don't want to burn the list, right? The not so responsible ones, they'll run the same offer to their list, 15 times a day, and they don't care. But the problem with that is their list is not responsive anymore. And so then what happens is they need to swap their list with other marketers, and there's like a lot of shenanigans going on that marketers are doing in the industry. That's like a lot of people don't even know about. But it's crazy. Okay, I've never played that game. I never recommend anybody play that game. You need to, if you have a list, you need to protect that list like you're protecting like your family or something like that. You know what I mean? Because that list is what's going to feed your family. If you don't have that list, right? If you're not building that list, you are really, it's like being on welfare. You're dependent on somebody else. You see what I'm saying? So I said, you know what? And then I got to be mentored by somebody who really taught me this setup. And he says, look, man, how are you different from what everybody else is doing? And that's my question to you right now: is how is your stuff different from what you're doing? Okay, so if you're sending the same landing pages that other 20,000 affiliates are sending, to the same sources, how are you different, right? And if the answer is, well, I don't really know, well, you don't have a strategy. Okay, and that's the first thing we need to fix. So strategy is, you want to be different. Okay. On the front end, you want to be different on the front end. So your wrapper, the way you look, the way your site looks, the way that how you promote this landing page needs to be different, right? It's like you look at the candy, the candy is just a chocolate candy, but they put different wrappers on it, and all of a sudden, it's a new product, right? So you have to be different. You have to be, well, I'm just going to do it like this. You have to be attractive. Okay, you have to be attractive. What I mean by attractive, well, the very first step in creating a successful campaign is you need to convert as many of those visitors into leads as possible. Okay, now whatever you're selling over here needs to be congruent with your front end. Okay, So the setup, and you guys know, right? The setup is your landing page goes to some sort of a pre-frame, highly recommended, and then it goes to the sales page, okay? And then you list here, and then you're sending out autoresponders, and that's designed to bond with your list, okay? This is your guy right here, okay? He wants to get to point B where he is happy, and this is your marketing, okay? So your true marketing begins when they get on your list, when they get that first email from you, okay? This is your true marketing right here. This is where it happens, okay? Can you guys see this, okay? People think this is marketing. No, this is not marketing. This is advertising, okay? This is attracting people to your world. As soon as they opt in, right, your marketing begins over here. And we're going to talk about the next training or the one after that. We're going to talk a lot about how do you actually engineer this. And then as you guys progress, when you guys get to, by the time you get to star 3, now the stuff we're going to be talking about here, over the next couple, live trainings will really help you separate yourself from the pack, right? With whatever you're promoting, whatever opportunity you're promoting. And we're going to use some tools to do that. Traffic is really, it doesn't matter. I mean, traffic, don't be afraid to test traffic, right? Don't be afraid to go out there and do something that you haven't done before when it comes to traffic generation. Because you might find something that would, convert really, really well for you that you haven't thought that would convert. Does that make sense? So it's always, being an entrepreneur is being a risk taker a little bit, right? So we have to be, take calculated risks, right? Don't go crazy and don't just put every dollar you have into traffic campaign. That would not be so wise. But you have to take a certain amount of risks, being an entrepreneur. So, but then the bigger strategy is what we wanted to do is when you implement this, right? When you guys get to a little bit later on, in the journey here as we progress, we will be talking about something called RTM, right? Which is regenerative traffic method, to where whatever your advertising you're doing for getting traffic, right, to your landing page right here, then your marketing begins over here, and then what you do is you turn this into a massive leverage, okay, for your business. Now this is what can take your business and really turn it to the level to where you never have to depend on anybody, and you never have to worry about money, and you never have to worry about not having enough traffic, okay, and you never have to worry about people not responding to you, because you're just building so much massive value in the marketplace. And we're going to talk about that. We'll actually give you guys a system that will be available to you called Regenerative Traffic Machine, right? That you can actually literally plug in your campaigns, send it to your list, build massive value with them, and at the same time, they will be your evangelist, so to speak, right? Your kind of like your employees, but you don't have to, they'll be more than happy to push whatever you push in your landing page out there in the marketplace and get you as much traffic as you want. And it's duplication like crazy, okay? So step number 1 is we need to identify this thing over here and really work on this piece to get you, first of all, as much of that traffic to convert into an opt-in, so you have as many of these leads as possible, okay? So this is step number 1. Now, guys, I've used a lot of different systems out there. There's Lead Pages, pretty neat system. I kind of like it. Hold on a sec. Pretty neat system. I've used, there is Megaphone app. I've used them a lot. In fact, for Internet Traffic Formula, if you guys remember that launch, it was really successful launch. I've used I used those pages. I created the wrapper using those that system myself. What I wanted to do when we're building something incredible, and our vision for High Traffic Academy is to really create a brand and really create extraordinary marketers, right? It's help you guys become extraordinary. That's why last night I didn't go to bed until 5:30 a.m. And had to wake up at 7 to take our kids to school. But I just couldn't sleep, because I was on the mission, thinking about you guys, thinking about Elite, thinking about how can we, as soon as you become an Elite member, what can we do to help you make money just like that, right? So that you never have to worry about money. And that stuff is coming up. You guys, it will blow your mind. I kid you not. Some of the ideas I'll present to you in a very near future here. is going to be beyond powerful. Okay, unlike you have never seen before, right? And that's why, you know, I'm not going to hype it up right now. I'm not going to talk too much about it. I'm just telling you, it's on the horizon. Okay, it's coming up. It's coming up for you. But in the meantime, what do we do with what you got? Okay, well, what you've got is iPaaS. So let's talk about, you know, and in the last webinar, you know, and I said, you know, I was on a mission to find a solution for you because we need some tools, right? We need this right here. Make sure it's not permanent. You know, one time I had a permanent marker and I just wrote all across the board, all over the board, and it was permanent marker. I couldn't erase it. So to do this, right, to make this stand out, we need this. We need the tools. And so I was like, you know, how can we get you the tools? And, you know, what would be like a really cool thing that we can do for you guys? And, you know, and again, your intention is powerful. Okay, so your intention for your business, if you're that translates to everything, you know, your life, your business, you know, what you want to accomplish personally, you know, your personal goals, you know, what your intention is going to be your reality, right? So your intention equals your reality, right? If you're deliberate about your intention. So my intention was, you know, what can I find to bring you guys the tools? And, you know, the power of intention, you know, I was able to, you know, to create a partnership with, you know, ClickFunnels, to where, you know, we are able to bring you guys, give you access to ClickFunnels for free. Anybody tried that yet? Okay. Anybody tried that? It's available to you from the back office. Okay. And so as of right now, you know, I was literally researching pretty much everything that's out there that I could get my hands on when it comes to tools. So what are some of the tools that we need? Well, we need tools, right? We can just write over here, right? Tools we need is going to be landing page creator, right? You need to be able to create unique landing pages, right? Thing number two that we need is we need to create pre-frame pages. Okay, now this is totally optional, this pre-frame page. Okay, if you're somebody new, this is totally optional, but I'm telling you, if you want to really separate yourself, like head and shoulders above the competition, really, really consider, you know, looking into creating a pre-frame, you know, including that into your funnel. Every single funnel that I've ever done, it had a pre-frame. Okay, so for example, with ITF, you know, the pre-frame for ITF was really, you know, it was the you know, the pre-sale videos, right? So when we launch, you know, High Traffic Academy, the pre-frame to that sales, right? The pre-frame really is the 3 or 4 video series, right? That we're gonna release. That's gonna pre-frame people for this thing right here, which is the sales page. Okay, so pre-frame is important. And if you're selling something like, for example, like Doobly, or I don't know what the funnel is in Doobly, but you know, iPaaS or any other opportunity out there to where they don't have the pre-frame piece, right? You need to have some sort of a pre-frame piece, because if you're sending people straight from, hey, here's how to make a lot of money, right? That's what a lot of people are doing. Opt in here to find out more, and then boom, you're just presenting them with a sales page. People just clicking off and they're like, well, yeah, I've seen it like hundreds of times, right? But when we pre-frame them in the right way, and pre-frame is designed to for you to bond with your prospects, whether it's you're doing it yourself or if you're using a funnel with a pre-framed message already, you know, included in that funnel, and it's designed to create interest and build anticipation and build desire, right, for whatever this thing is. And the pre-frame is designed so that people sell themselves on the idea that, you know what, I want to buy. When your marketplace, you know, whatever you're promoting, if you can engineer your campaign in a way that your prospect makes an internal decision and it's their decision to buy, you never have to sell, right? In fact, you can go as far as you can say, you know what, don't buy this, right? And they'll still chase after you and they'll want to buy, okay? I'm telling you, very, very powerful stuff. We're going to cover a lot of that. So pre-frame is very important, okay? The third thing, what you need is you need some sort of a community builder or credibility builder. What should I say? Like if you really want to take things to the next level, right? I'm just gonna say this: community builder. Builder site. Okay. Now this right here, the community builder site, I can tell you, as you are getting people to your landing page, right? They're getting on your list, they're getting your follow-up emails before we even talk about RTM stuff, any of this stuff, right? This is gonna come later. This is gonna be like, you know, when you guys get to the 3-star, whatever, this is really gonna explode your you know, your list building and your persona. You're gonna love it. Okay, you will. There is no other marketing education place in the entire industry that's gonna teach you guys what you're gonna learn here. Okay, promise you that. So every single thing that I've done, okay, so every single campaign that every single product I've promoted, every single, pretty much anything that I've done, okay, whether it was ClickBank product, I always wanted to connect with my list, okay, with these guys right here personally, okay, personally. Now, the importance here is, again, your marketing really starts here with your list, okay? This is where your true marketing starts. And if you're relying on just a lot of the company's messages, that's fine, okay? And typically, if there is like a sequence, let's say, for example, I'll give you an example. You know, we're getting ready to launch High Traffic Academy. So with High Traffic Academy, there is going to be a sequence of emails sending people to the pre-frame page, okay? Email 1 is gonna say, hey, video 1 is live, go watch it here, boom. They go watch it, right? 2 days later, it's gonna say, hey, video 2 is live, go watch it here. Now, you don't wanna interrupt the process, okay? You don't wanna interrupt them with something else, okay? Let them go through the actual initial funnel, okay? If there is a funnel in whatever you're promoting. If there is no funnel, okay? If there is no funnel, well, you need to step in and you need to create that funnel. And you can do that very, very easily by focusing and stepping up and saying, you know what, I'm gonna be a leader to my list. Now listen, I don't know what your situation, you know, I don't know what your background is. You guys, you know, we have, you know, almost 500 people in the room here listening. But the thing is this, my friend, you are a leader, okay? If you're in this role, if you're here, if you're an elite member of High Traffic, right? You are a leader, okay? See yourself as a leader. Don't see yourself as you know, I'm just a follower and this is mini me, you know, this is so hard and I'm trying. Just banish those thoughts, because that stuff is gonna mess you up, man. You know, it's gonna mess with your mind. It's gonna keep you in that spiral, downward spiral. You don't want that, right? You wanna read inspiration. You wanna look up to people who are doing something big, right? You wanna look up to people who are doing, you know, big things and thinking big, and you wanna get around those people as much as possible. Okay, don't hang around with people who are telling you can't do something, okay? But the thing is this, is you look at yourself as a leader, okay? I look at myself as a leader. Why? Because I made a decision to be a leader, right? Now, a leader is someone who takes initiative, someone who is not afraid to learn a new thing and implement a new thing, right? A leader is somebody who's gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna develop my own, you know, perspective on things, right? I'm not gonna do what the 98%ers are doing, right? I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna do something, and then I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna step out because I know that these guys are getting on my list. They want to get to the ultimate, you know, outcome, right? Whatever they want. I'm gonna be that person who's gonna lead them there. Now, what do I need to do to get there? Okay, what do I need to do to be that person for them? Number one is your belief in yourself, and we talked a lot about that kind of stuff, you know, last last live training that we did. You can watch it, you know, it's somewhere on this page, right? So then what you do is, this is what I did, right? Is you start implementing what you're learning, right? And if you are promoting iPads, those people are they're looking for ways to make money. If you're promoting Doobly, you know, they want to make money, especially if you're promoting, you know, business opportunity building or business building stuff. Those people want to make money, right? So if you just make a commitment, you know what? You just learn something, put it to the test, run a campaign. If you run a campaign, right, and it got you like 100 opt-ins, here's the thing: email your list, okay? Email your list, and say, you know what? Through this community builder site, right? You can say, and I'm gonna, you know, show you how to do that. You can say, you know what? Hey guys, I just ran this campaign. It generated, you know, 100 leads or 50 leads. I would like to show you exactly how I did that. Okay. No strings attached. You don't have to buy anything. In fact, leave your credit card in a different room. Don't pull out your credit card and buy, right? Leave it in another room. You won't need it. Just genuine putting good value out there and just sharing with your list. Now, naturally what's going to happen, right, is people will start seeing you as a leader, right, because you're taking initiative. Not very many people are doing that. You can start as simple as that. Okay, that's how I got started in the industry. That's how I started and turned this stuff around, where I was just spinning my tires and promoting just like everybody else was promoting, hoping I would make money, right, to literally stepping out and saying, you know what, I created my own unique landing page, right, started to build my list, started to invite people to the live training, right? You can go to like freeconferencecall.com or just do a hangout, if you're comfortable with being on video. Just talk to the camera like I'm talking to you right now. Right? It's fun, right? And just talk about what you're doing in the business. Okay, that's all you have to do, right? You don't have to sell them. When you have that idea that, you know what, I have to sell people, right? You're gonna get tense, right? You're gonna be uncomfortable. And when you're uncomfortable in your business, when you're uncomfortable with running your campaigns, people will sense it. And when people sense that you're uncomfortable, they become uncomfortable. You see what I'm saying? So this nervous energy is getting transferred onto your prospect, and it's getting transferred through your emails, it's getting transferred through your videos, through everything. It's getting transferred through your website. It sounds crazy, I know, but it is what it is. Okay, so but when you are not trying to sell them, see, the whole idea is to position yourself as a magnetic marketer, right? So you position yourself as a magnetic marketer by tricking your mind a little bit and thinking, you know what, instead of me trying to sell them, in fact, I'm going to be totally detached from this outcome, which is selling them something, right? I'm going to be detached. I'm going to be focusing on building a community around my name, right? And whatever it is that you're promoting. You don't talk about this, you really talk about, we'll talk about this later, but their ultimate result, right? So if you're promoting a business opportunity, they want to make money, and you're in the trenches. So you talk about different ideas and different strategies that you're learning, right? You being a leader, and you talk about that. So community builder side is important. So these three tools can really help you separate yourself from the pack. Now, what I did is I said, you know what? I emailed my list and I said, guys, I just, I would run like a Craigslist ad, back in the days, and I get like 50 opt-ins or 70 opt-ins, and I would email them, and I would email the very same opt-ins that I got on my list, right? And I would say, hey, I'm going to teach you. I just got 70 leads. Don't say opt-ins, by the way. That's another thing that I learned. People don't want to be, don't talk about in terms of opt-ins. Talk about leads, right? Especially if you're talking about, if you're talking to network marketers. Leads is far more appealing than opt-ins, right? Or list. Say, hey, I would say, hey, I just got 70 leads in one day. Incredible, right? I'd like to show you how I did it. I don't know if if you want to learn, and if not, totally detached. See, it's your mentality, right? So you're being totally detached, and you say, I don't know if I think you're going to benefit a lot. But if you want to check this out, I'm more than happy to show it to you. I'm actually going to do a free training for my list, for my loyal followers and subscribers. And since you're one of them, right, I just want to say thank you for being my loyal subscriber. And I just wanted to show you what I'm doing, what's working for me. Hope you can implement this and apply this and see how it goes for you, right? That kind of approach. When you're doing that, you're not thinking, well, I have to sell. And when you're not thinking I have to sell, you're totally laid back. Right, and when you're operating your business, being totally laid back and just cool and not pushy, you're not nervous. You don't care about the outcome because you're really there just to serve them, right? And you're not there to try to get their money. Your whole mindset, the whole approach is just totally different, right? Those people will be attracted to you because they'll feel that, right? And guess what? When you get on this live training that you're doing, or live hangout or live teleconference. I used to do live teleconference call, and I would just pick my phone and I would just talk back and forth, pace around the room, just talk about what I was doing in the business, and I would literally tell these guys, I'd say, you know what, I'm promoting this opportunity, all right? I'm promoting this company. The company is awesome, but hey, I'm not here to tell you about the company. Here's the approach, right? Hear me out, because it's not really what you say, it's how you say it. Some people can say the right thing. Some people can say the right words with the wrong approach, and it's going to totally backfire, right? But somebody can say something totally off the wall, but it's how they're saying it, right? That's appealing to people. It's like something like 90% is not what you say, it's how you say it, right? So my approach would be this. Again, strategy, okay? You want to be right? You want to be different. How are you different? Well, you're different in a couple different ways. You're different with your landing page, how that looks, and then you're different with your approach, with your attractiveness, right? Because when everybody's pushing and you're just this totally laid back dude, it's like when you go to a car dealership, right? And you're looking for a car, and and the salesman comes out to you and he's like, hey man, you want to take it for a spin or something like that? Check it out, if you want, if you like it, see if you like it, right? Totally cool if you don't, I mean, you want to deal with that guy, right? And if the salesman says to you, you know what, just I'm not even going to go with you, just take it, right? I mean, you feel totally comfortable, right? Instead of somebody who's trying to pressure you into signing the dotted line, right? Totally different approach. Same thing, you're being attractive by the way that you portray yourself to your list. Again, this is where your marketing begins. You guys with me so far? You guys with me here? Let's see what's going on. All right, cool. Haha, awesome. Yeah, we'll get to ClickFunnels. Okay, I'm just giving you guys, some ideas here of how to, how to create all this stuff, right? And then obviously the tools will create that. So that's the biggie, right? Initially, that's the biggie. That's the beginning of creating a successful campaign, right? This is the beginning of everything. Okay, perfect. So this right here, right, creating of these campaigns is, we can find that in the back office, and I'll walk you through that, guys, in a second here. Hold on one sec. One sec, I'll be right back. See, every time I do these webinars, I forget to get my charger. Hold on. Sweet. Okay, we're good. Yeah. Cool stuff. All right. See, I got 12% battery, and I don't want that to. Hold on. I don't want that to die on me. So give me one sec. Let me put this to charge. Now we'll get this going. Proof is in the pudding for you, That's another thing, is I'm like, sometimes I'm too laid back, and I even forget to get my thing, to charge my computer. All right. So here's where you find ClickFunnels. So ClickFunnels right now is ClickFunnels is ClickFunnels is the #1 platform for really positioning yourself. Okay, so landing page creator, you guys can go check it out. But when I saw that, and I got it for myself first, right? I said, you know what, this is actually really cool. And you don't want to deal with the $37 level or $97 level. This is really where you need to be at. Because you're talking like 20,000 visitors a month. It's nothing. I mean, you will surpass that very easy, right? So you need to get at least 100,000 visitors. So I said, I called these guys up, Russell Brunson. I said, hey man, what can we do? How can we do this? And so I found a way to literally pay this for you. Okay, as an elite member, $297 a month. You don't have to pay a dime for it to get access to ClickFunnels to this level, their enterprise level. Okay, and so I figured out, and this is, I don't know if we can do this for everybody moving forward, but for you guys founding members, we'll get you taken care of. Okay, so you will, as long as you're an elite member of High Traffic Academy, you will never have to pay the $297. This essentially just offsets your entire your entire elite membership. Does that make sense? So it's like everything else you're getting inside of the elite is free. Okay, so and this right here, guys, I'm telling you, like, having your own funnels and your ability to create your own funnels and having the tool set, right? I would say it's probably even more important than your autoresponder, okay? Because this is what's going to separate you from the noise, really. Okay, so I want to talk. We're going to be talking a lot about this, and you guys can access it in HTA Elite. when you click on ClickFunnels over here, okay, when you click on ClickFunnels, it will take you to a login page, okay, and you'll be able to log in. Let me just go ahead and log in myself real quick, but it should automatically log you in there. Okay, and I'll just walk you through this real quick. Okay, so when you get this, this is, this is my demo account here that I have, and it's a startup plan. But now a couple of things I wanted to point this out to you guys. Okay, so if you are a one-star member, so what is a one-star member? Well, a one-star member is a member on trial. Okay, so obviously right now, we have there's 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star elite memberships. Okay, people that are just getting to the elite and they're on the they just paid $1 for their first month trial. They're a 1-star. Okay, and at this time there is we just cannot we cannot cover ClickFunnels. We in other words, like if somebody pays $1, we can't we can't realistically pay $297 for them on their behalf, because there's like tons and tons and tons of people becoming trials, right? And we want to make sure that people are serious enough to continue, right? So as long as you're serious enough to continue, we'll pay for you, so you don't have to pay for it. So as soon as that trial ends, you become a 2-star automatically. And when you're a 2-star, right, you get automatic access to ClickFunnels. So some of you guys already have access to that. Some of you guys still don't, but you will very, very soon. Okay, so all you need to do is just click here. It's going to take you to ClickFunnels. When you get to ClickFunnels, you literally just go and create a funnel. Okay, and so let me just kind of walk you guys through this and show you. We'll talk about. You want to give me? Let's do this right here. Let's do this. Give me a. If you guys want to drop me a link. Let's do this as a case study. I think that would be more fun. Drop me a link to whatever you're promoting right now, right? If you're sending people, where do you send your traffic to right now, okay? Drop me that link, and let's take a look. And then let's see if we can rebuild that for you real time here, okay? So if somebody wants to drop me a link, like where are you sending your traffic to, and maybe tell me what your conversion rate is on that landing page. Let's do this as a case study. I think that'd be more beneficial. So Kisha, ClickFunnels will be available for anybody who is a 2-star and above. Okay, so 2-star and above. So in other words, if you're a trial member, right, if you just paid $1 to be to get a trial membership for Elite and see how that goes for you, right? We cannot pay $297 for you in return for $1, because heck, you might cancel, and we're going to be able, just because there's tons and tons of people. So, but as soon as your trial ends and you become an actual official member of Elite, right? As soon as that rebuild kicks in, we're going to cover that for you. So we're going to cover entire $297 for you. Does that make sense? Okay, so let me take a look at the. Oh shoot, you guys can't even post links here. Okay, I apologize. Okay, so let me see what I can, which one I can pick here. Yeah. Hold on, guys. We'll get I'll just pick one. If you're watching this recording, you're like, man, what are you doing on the screen? You can't see what I'm doing. What I'm doing here. I'm trying to copy a link. Hold on. Let me see here. Let me see if I can pull at least one up here, because I want to do this. We're going to do this more often, by the way, which is cool. Okay, so here is an example. And I think, let me share my screen. Okay, so iPass giveaway, right? So somebody's link was like BIM Biz Online or something like that .com, and so it took me to this page. Now, this is a perfect example of somebody promoting, and I don't know who this is, by the way. I just picked the link. I didn't look at the name. So this is looks to me, you know, I've seen this so many times. Okay, it looks to me like it's an iPass. In fact, it is. Okay, so iPassgiveaway.com. So chances are there's like, you know, at least probably 20,000 people promoting this landing page. Okay, so what would I do? Well, if everybody's promoting this landing page and it's definitely, if it's not converting for you at the level where you would like it to convert, okay, let me clarify a couple of things, guys, here, okay? So if you are, let me just put it this way, okay? So I can talk about my stuff because I know what we're doing, and this is gonna be a little bit more clear to you, okay? So there's a couple ways to approach this. Naturally, people think, well, you know, Vic, what, you know, if something is launched, like for example, some of our certified partners, right, for High Traffic Academy, we're getting ready to launch, right? So we have options for landing pages. Obviously, we'll have options for, you know, for people to pick and choose which one they want to promote. Now, initially, that stuff is going to convert really, really, really well, okay? Because it's fresh. There is not there's not a lot of this stuff out there yet, right? So initially, it's totally cool to promote whatever page that is converting well. Does that make sense? So if, you know, if let's say if this page was converting well initially, right, cool, you would promote it. But as soon as the conversion started to drop, okay, then I would immediately start to differentiate myself and really start to take a different approach, because everybody's going to continue to promote it, and everybody's going to hammer it, right, and continue to get thousands of visitors to this page, and yet the conversion is going down and down and down because it's just being oversaturated, right? So, for example, our strategy for high traffic, you know, certified partners is, our strategy is to constantly come up with new angles and totally new funnels, okay, to put up to the marketplace that deliver value, that get interest and attention, right, and at the same time build desire and, you know, and want for the end result. And obviously, each of the funnels will have its own set of landing pages. So our approach is a little bit different than most companies, right? Because we're not a business opportunity, and, you know, we frankly, we're not recruiting people, you know, actively to promote our stuff, right? We're going to be selling high traffic for what it is, which is training people how to do this right. But for a company like a business opportunity like iPass, for example, right? Unless they come up with new funnels and new pages like every 2 or 3 months to constantly keep things fresh out there in the market, this stuff is going to get saturated. Okay, and when you don't see the conversions that you want to see, right, then what you can do is you can take the same message right here. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so free. Do you want to make your first 3,000 online this month? Yes, this is for real. Pay close attention on the next page. Okay, hurry, expires January 22nd, 2015, which is today. All right, ironically. Okay, so step one, this landing page is proven to convert well. If it's not saturated. So what I would do is this, okay? I would go to my ClickFunnels and I would create something that looks different. First of all, you can separate yourself by just having a different look and feel of the page, okay? Simple as that, okay? So for example, I'm just gonna go here. I'm gonna click on, you know, what kind of funnel do you wanna create, right? So opt-in lead page funnel, sales funnel, right? So opt-in lead funnel is technically, you know, essentially look like this. So squeeze page, you know, and then goes to your thank you page. So let's just start with this, something very basic, very simple. Okay, we're gonna get more advanced on that, you know, a little bit later. So I would go here and I would come up with a name, right? So how do you want to name this landing page that we're gonna create? So I'm gonna say, you know, iPass landing page 1, for example, right? Just for example purposes here. I'm gonna click on create funnel. So the system is going to go out there and you know, and build this build this funnel for me. Give me options for some landing pages, okay? And you know, I spoke with Russell. We're going to be working together with them on helping, you know, give them our input on, you know, bringing new designs and new templates for landing pages, for all kinds of pages, because, you know, it is in our interest to really help you guys and really, you know, really have this be something really, really awesome, okay? So opt-in pages, there's different ones that we can use here. And again, it doesn't really matter. I mean, as long as I can, you know what I would do is I can create something as simple as, something as simple as this. So for example, okay, I'll click on that. It's going to bring this up. Okay, so this is the template that I've selected. I'm going to click on Open in Editor. Okay. So let's see, where is that free thingy? Okay, it's here. Let's move it closer. Oops. Oop. All right. Now check this out. So we have this page, right? And again, guys, this is I'm doing this totally just like, you know, totally on the spot here, right? So free, do you want to make your first 3,000 online this month? Take a look at the message. This is the first thing I would do. Okay, so whatever the message is, you want to keep that to be congruent. Okay, you want to keep it congruent. I don't know what the back end on this, so I'm just gonna go click on next. It's gonna ask me for information. I'm just gonna opt in, and I want to see. Oh, email is not valid. Okay, so that's cool. I'm gonna enter one of my junk emails and see where it leads us.
Congratulations on making it to the inside. Now you probably don't know me yet, so before I show you how to start making...
Okay, so this is technically a sales.
Let me ask you a question. Do you want to...
Okay, so cool. So it's all about making 3,000 per month. So here's what I would do. Okay, I would say something like this. I'd say something like this: free for limited time. Okay, I'll have this timer, and then I would say discover how to earn your first $3,000. Let's see what the other message is saying. Do you want to make your first 3,000 online this month? Okay, I'd say discover how to earn your first 3,000. Discover how to earn. Again, you want to. So again, guys, I'm just thinking out loud here. Okay, so there's two things. There's one thing is you want to create something that would get their interest, right? You want to pick their interest. You want to pick their curiosity for them to move forward. Now, the second thing is compliance, right? So you don't want to state like guarantees or facts or anything like that, right? So you want to be a little bit careful there. So instead of saying discover how to earn, I would say discover how you could earn your first $3,000. Okay, see, that would be more compliant, because I could say you could earn. That means that you also, there is a possibility that you could not earn, right? So just be compliant there. Discover how you could earn your first $3,000 online this month, and I would say even if you have never made a dime online before. Okay, now take a look at this. Okay, so here is another version, essentially a different version of this landing page. Okay, and what I could do is I could put this timer. I could put this timer to, and I'll just tell you how easy this stuff is. Okay, with ClickFunnels. So this button essentially, instead of saying click here to download now, what I would say is, when I click on it, opens this editor here, right? And so this text on a button, I would say, show me how. Okay, show me how. So again, the strategy or the secret is whatever your message is. Okay, you want to enter in the conversation that's already in their mind, right? And kind of lead them through. You want to create a slope like a slippery slope, so to speak, right? So whatever they're thinking of anyways, right? You don't want to create like barriers or sticking points or something that would be like throw them off, right? You want to make sure that your entire message, your entire structure, your positioning, your entire hook, and this is a hook, right? So the hook is, hey, discover how you could earn, your first $3,000 online this month, even if you have never made a dime before. Okay, that's essentially the hook. It's discover. Okay, it's discover X. Okay, for a limited time, this is scarcity, right? This is like urgency, right? And then, so naturally they're thinking like, okay, so show me how to do this. So what I like my buttons to be, instead of like, hey, click here to download, because I've seen some people with something similar of a message would have like click here to download on a button, and that just totally doesn't make sense. You see what I'm saying? Like there is like disconnect in the flow. You want to make sure your entire flow is really smooth, right? So show me how. People think, okay, so show me how to do this, right? So naturally, I'm just going to put show me how in the button here, okay? And of course, you can put your company thing over here. You don't have to. If you can just remove this very, very easily. See how awesome this stuff is, okay? Now for the timer, here's what I would do, right? I would actually, I would put a countdown timer to, there is actually a different timer that I could put here. Instead of, well, I can put two wherever. So let's see, it's 11/11, end date. When do we want this to end? Let's see, today is January 22nd. Let's say we put January 23rd at, midnight or whatever, right? Eastern, or like 3 a.m. Eastern, okay? And then you can have this to redirect. There's all kinds of cool stuff that we can do. That's not the purpose. The purpose is not to train you on ClickFunnels for now just yet. The purpose is to basically, is to show you how to create, how to differentiate yourself, okay? And just kind of different messaging. So when we click on preview, check this out, okay? So they got 4 hours, right? To whatever timer you can set here. And I'm going to click on show me how, right? So we can modify that second page. So it's a two-step process, right? We can do that by clicking on this show pop-up, okay? And we can totally modify this. Sign up for instant access. Instead, I don't like the word sign up. I like the word, where should we send your step-by-step info guide to. Okay, that's what I would put. Where should we send where should I send, or we or I, could probably split test it again. You can split test it. And if you want to collect first name, last name, email, whatever. Again, instead of subscribe to download, of course, that would be like a horrible thing to do, right? I would say send it to me, okay? Again, just natural flow, conversation. And then instead of this privacy thing over here, right? What I would do is I would put this asterisk. Again, this is very, very strategic, guys, and it works really, really well, okay? I would put this, because people read fine print. Like, people want to know, like, what's that? Like, sometimes it's a small, print below the button or whatever, right? People like to know that sometimes. And I'm going to utilize that space, to be creative a little bit. So I'm going to say information will be sent to the email address provided above. All right, that's what I would do. And I would make this font a little bit smaller by clicking this gear. And text size, let's do 16. So it's all one line, nice and small, right? Nice and smooth. And that's it, right? So what did we just do here? Okay, we just created another layer of curiosity, right? Where should we send your step-by-step info guide to, right? So if it's, again, if the video is showing them like step-by-step and whatever they're, how to do that, this would be perfect, again, right? And so another thing is, again, send it to me. It's very, it's whatever, the conversation already going on in their mind. And then information will be sent to the email address provided above. So if they were even thinking about entering fake information, this would stop them. This would be like, you know, so I better put my actual real email address over here because I want this. Does that make sense? And so that's how you do that. Okay, and then what you do is you link this. So it's a two-step. So when I click on this button, okay, you link this. Click on preview. You advertise this page, right, instead of this. Now, when everybody is advertising this page, you know, those 20, 30,000 affiliates, however many affiliates iPass has right now, right, and they're hammering their publishers and they're hammering solo ads with this page right here. What if you did it with this page, okay? And it looks just totally different. It's totally different look and feel. You can totally customize the background, everything, right? And your messaging is different. Your hook is a little bit modified, right? I bet your conversion are going to be, you know, dramatically increased here. See, when they click on it, boom. See how easy that is? So this is the tool that you guys have at your disposal, okay? Let me make sure that you guys are here with me still. Anybody home yet? Okay. Does this make sense? Does this make sense, you guys? How many? Let me ask you this: how many of you guys would like a dedicated tutorial or a dedicated hangout just when we're talking about just me like brainstorming, maybe recreating landing pages, still talking about, because we're talking about like this thing right here, you know, creating landing page that's different from whatever it is that you're promoting, right? And B, that's attractive, right? And C, that the one that you can run to, you know, all the other, you know, publishers and places where everybody else is promoting, and you can you know, outperform them by a lot just because your stuff is different, right? So what we could do is we could perhaps you know, take whatever landing pages you're promoting and just kind of go one by one, maybe take, you know, I don't know, 5 or 10 different ones and rebuild them right on the spot, you know, using ClickFunnels to where it will click for you. So the main thing here, the main thing on this landing page when you're rebuilding for yourself is think of the hook, right? The hook is probably the most important thing. Obviously, look and feel, it's got to be different. But then the hook, right, is something that will hook that person's attention, you know, get their attention, get them to opt in. That's the only, you know, the only job of this landing page is to get you an opt-in. That's it. It's not to sell them. It's not to do anything, but just to get them on your list. As soon as they're on your list, now that you know that they're coming in, you know, looking for, you know, step-by-step guide, how to create, you know, how to make their first $3,000. Well, again, you're setting yourself up, you're planting those seeds, right, for future engagement with them through your community builder. Because you know that people coming in from that landing page, right, they're coming in pre-framed, you know, hey, I want to learn how to make my first $3,000. So you promoting that opportunity, you could say, you know what? You could do a hangout. Let's say if you ran that capture page, you know, on a particular, you know, with a particular traffic source, and you got like 200 opt-ins or 100 opt-ins. You email these 100 opt-ins and you say, you know what? Hey guys, you know, my name is Vic, and I wanted to, first of all, thank you for being my subscriber. And I wanted to let you know, I just had this cool, you know, case study, this cool experiment I just did. You know, I just got 200 leads in one day. You know, if you're looking for a way to build your business or make money, you know, online, you need leads. And I would like to show you exactly what I did to get 200 or 100, whatever your number is, right? Again, these are the same leads that you just got, right? You're emailing to them because they're coming in pre-framed. I'm going to show you how I did it, right? And you invite them to either a conference call or a webinar or a hangout, right, that you can also build using ClickFunnels. And then you say, you know what? Here is the deal. And you be totally transparent with them. You say, look, you know, I got started online, blah, blah, whatever your story is. But then very, very casually, very like, oh, by the way, you know, don't make it a big deal. Just say, hey, so to make money online, you know, you need a product, right? So my product, you know, I chose a product, you know, to promote somebody else's product because I think it's, you know, the fastest way to make money. You planting those little seeds in their minds without directly talking about it. You see what I'm saying? Because right now they're looking at you as an expert because you just got 100 leads or 200 leads or whatever the case was, right? So planting those seeds as you're talking, and you say, you know, So step number one in making $3,000 your first month, all right, if that's what you want, that was something I wanted to do, is, what's step number one is you need to have a good product to promote. Well, in my situation, in my case, I have this company that I promote that I really resonate with, great company, a lot of people are making a lot of money, very solid product, just by the way, but you're not selling on them, right? On that company. But then you focus all your attention on, hey, so step number two is you need the tools, and then you need the traffic, right? So you talk a little bit about tools, and you talk a lot about traffic, because you told them that you're going to tell them how you got those 100 leads or 200 leads. Does that make sense? So all the way you kind of planting those little seeds in their minds, right? That later is going to come back to you full circle, and they will come back to you to advise them on what opportunity they should join, because you've led them through that path, up to that point. And then when it comes to time for them to find, an opportunity, guess who they're going to come to? They're going to come to you, okay? Because you helped them. Does that make sense? So it's selling without selling at its best. But we're still talking about just the first step over here, okay? Just the very first thing is being different, with your campaign, and being very, very, very strategic. Like when you make when you take a first step in your marketing with your campaigns, most people take they're just walking into the unknown. They have no clue what they're doing, right? They're totally shooting in the dark. I never do that. Every single campaign you put out there, every single message, whatever your landing page is saying, think 10 steps ahead, right? Think 20 steps ahead. Think of all these different, can you guys see this right here? So all these different milestones that they need to go through, right? Every milestone is positioning you psychologically that when the time comes for them to make a decision, every single thing that you've led them through has been strategically and psychologically positioned to help them genuinely, not like manipulating them or anything. But it's positioned so that it comes back full circle at you, and they have no other really logical reason, and nor do they have any other desire to go to anybody else. They come to you and asking you to join. That's how people email me all the time. They're like, are you promoting anything? What kind of business are you into? I just want to join you. Just because, it's how I've structured my stuff, right? So we're going to talk a lot about this, guys, as we progress. Again, this is just the first step, is being unique with your landing page. That makes sense? So if you're promoting a landing page right now that's not converting, step number one, get that baby revamped, right? Get that thing recreated. And if you guys are 2-star members or above, well, we don't have any more than 2 stars right now, obviously. So some of you guys are already 2 stars. A lot of you guys are going to be coming up for 2 stars. Use that ClickFunnels thing, because it's super easy, right? You can use other pages, but other pages are very limited to what kind of autoresponders you can implement, with them. What I love about ClickFunnels is you can literally create, pre-frame pages, which we're going to talk about, your community builder sites, webinar pages, all that stuff, and everything is just cool, right? And plus, you don't have to pay for it, $297 all taken care of for you. Okay. Let's see. Let me just go through this chat here real quick. So just to make sure that everybody's clear on that. So the message I would send to them is this: just got 100 opt-ins, right? I'm going to show it to you, and here's what I did. I ran a campaign here. I used this landing page. I ran a campaign here. It worked for me. Check it out. Hope it serves you. But you're giving them that value, that total transparency, right? Again, you're not selling, so therefore you're totally laid back, right? You're not like, hey, you gotta get this, you gotta get this, right? You're like, hey, I don't care if you do this or not. It worked for me. Hey, I got 100 opt-ins, I got 50 opt-ins, I got 200, whatever the case is, right? And then, but you planting, but you really start focusing on, but the real success, right? The real secret to success, and which is true, by the way, is not necessarily where you get your traffic. The real secret to success, right, is strategically positioning yourself as a marketer. Again, you planted those seeds, and the real success is picking something that's already competitive. This is one of my, big things that I've, taught, especially, with Big Idea Mastermind, and because it's just so true, right? Is you start teaching them on how to find a good company to promote. And because, think about it, iPass is super competitive. Doobly is going to be super competitive, right? So if you are promoting a super competitive company, you turn it into your favor. You turn it into like, this is actually the good thing, right? A lot of people, look for startups and everything like that. But startups is, it's got its own advantages, but so does being super competitive, right? So a lot of people think, well, it's super competitive. Well, you turn it into your advantage. You say, well, you know what? Super competitive company is awesome. And it is. Probably converts well, probably a lot of people making money. But the real secret is, how do you stand out above the rest of the competition, right? And so now you start teaching them some real secrets, the stuff that we're talking about here. And all of a sudden, the light bulb goes off in their mind. And they're like, man, I'm gonna follow that Steve guy. I'm gonna follow that Joe guy. I'm gonna follow that Stacy girl. I'm gonna follow Miles for the rest of my life because he just taught me something that I haven't heard anybody else teach. Does that make sense? So this is the kind of stuff that you guys can do. And then guess what? When you make a first sale, same thing. You email your list. You say, hey, I just made $2,000 or whatever, $500, $300, whatever the amount of money you made in a day, right? Shoot a video of that and just say, listen, I don't know, what your goals are, but I just wanted to share with you exactly how I did it. Totally laid back, right? And then you walk them through the process now of A, how you picked a product, B, how, the importance of having the tools, C, the importance of the, the right traffic, all that stuff. And then, you say, you know what? That's it. That's how I made my first sale. You don't sell. On these community builder webinars, right? That's like, the last webinar that we did, public, we had like 2,500, 2,600 people, something like that. I didn't sell a thing, right? I mean, not even close, right? And naturally, that builds curiosity, that builds desire in people, right, to come back and want to, get more of your stuff. Okay, just because you're not selling, it's like people are like, wait a minute, you just gave me all this value, you haven't even sold anything to me, you haven't pitched me, right? Naturally, it's going to create that magnetic field, right, between you and the prospect, that next time when you send out an email, your email open rates are going to go up, right? And your goodwill is going to go up. They'll follow you. And then you want to engineer your whole thing so that they're coming back to you. This is something we're going to be covering later on, guys. Hope this is making sense to you, right? This is, we're going to get in some. This is very, very basic stuff right now so far. When we get to this, regenerative stuff and this whole strategic, the pre-framing stuff, it's going to get really, really cool. Go out there, play with this. Start looking at your campaign, start looking at what you're promoting. Start coming out with different angles and different hooks for the landing page. Next time, I think what we'll do is I'm going to walk you guys through the. I'm working on trying to get a deal for you. I'm not sure if it's going to work out or not, but there is a really, really, really awesome system that has all the tracking and split testing and rotators and everything in one place under one umbrella. I'm not sure if I can get that, but if we can work something out to where we can bring it to you, as a member, I will do my best to get it to you. All right. So if we can have that by the time we're back together for next time, I will, have some more information about that. Okay. But we'll talk about tracking. We'll talk about split testing. All this stuff is going to get good. So with that being said, guys, if you are a certified partner, I will be emailing you tomorrow. Right. So we'll be getting together tomorrow for a quick meeting. Got some really cool stuff to share with you. And with that being said, for the rest of you, have an awesome day. Appreciate you. Good stuff are coming up. I'm telling you, stay tuned for what we have cooking in the background. High Traffic Academy is going to be the place where people think of, you know what? These guys truly create extraordinary marketers. These guys truly pump out, like anybody that deals with high traffic elite, those people are on fire. They're extraordinary, okay? I'm not talking about just like 5,000 a month kind of extraordinary. I'm talking about, like, honestly, for me, right, I would really love for you, right? You might not even believe it yet yourself. But listen, I am somebody who came, from a background to where we did not have $1.19 to my name at one point in time. I know what it's like to be on welfare, I know what it's like to not, to wake up in the morning and then literally not knowing like how you're going to feed your family today. Maybe you're in that position right now, maybe you're not, I don't know, right? But if I was able to go from where I was to, you know, like you guys witnessed, you know, being #1 income producer in Empower Network and pretty much any company that I've joined, you know, dominated not just like Lilibet, but literally being the #1 guy and #1 guy by a long shot, right? Well, that is available to you. And some of the things that guys that we're bringing to Elite, especially when you get to those star 3 level, it will blow your mind. I kid you not. I'm not saying this to hype this up. Heck, you can, you know, you'll see it for yourself. But I'm telling you, what I was able to do with Empower, I have zero doubt, not an ounce of doubt, that every one of you, even if you have never made any money on the internet, and you might not believe it yet yourself, you will be able to do that kind of stuff, okay? With that being said, I'll show it to you in due time. Thank you, and I'll see you around. That's it, guys. Have fun. See you next time. We will be getting together again next week and talk about something else. That's awesome. All right, we'll continue with the training series, and then in the meantime, more stuff rolling out tomorrow for you. Stay tuned. Check your emails. God bless you. Don't do anything crazy. See you next time. Have fun.